is Cristina and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is my makeup for today. I finally decided to do my makeup. When I woke up today, I wasn't really motivated to do anything, and I was like, I'm going to film a video because from Monday to Friday I'm very busy with schoolwork and the IB and everything like that. So I was like, I need to record right now. So I'm like, okay, if I do my makeup, I'm going to have more inspiration and more motivation. So that's what I did, and that's why I'm filming this video right now. As you saw in the title, today we're going to see two of Trisha Paytas' most controversial videos in my opinion. First of all, we're going to watch I'm Transgender Female to Male, and then we're going to watch Meet My Alters. I know I'm very behind all of this because this was on 2019. Oh no, wait, the Meet My Alters one was in 2020. Yeah, that was this year, but the transgender one was almost a year ago, so it's not as relevant, but I still want to talk about it and give my opinion about it. First of all, I'm not trans, so I think I'm not really entitled to be giving my opinions that she is or if she isn't trans, but I have lots of friends who are trans. I follow lots of people who are trans, and I have done my research, and what she says doesn't really add up with what we can see on those videos, on the internet, on opinions about other people such as Miles McKenna or No Offense. I can't remember more, but I'll put them here on the screen because I follow them. And yeah, so let's get on to the I'm Transgender Female to Male.
Today I am going to be doing a video that people might think is I'm trying to be offensive or I'm setting back like a movement or something like that.
You are.
To overcompensate for that, when I got older, like when I was like 18 and I could start like, you know, like spending money on my hair and like all that stuff like that. And I used to always wear sports bra because my natural breasts were very like, one was uneven, like they were hella uneven, and one was really saggy and one was kind of up. So I always wore like sports bras to like flatten my chest.
I mean, I understand. I don't have like most boobs that you can see, but I also, when I use bras, because I don't use bras.
TMI, but anyways.
I like to use sports bra because, yeah, they're more comfortable, and when you jump, like, you don't feel the weight. I mean, I don't think that that's really an issue regarding gender identity.
I identify with men better. People always think like there's something wrong with me because I don't have like that many girlfriends. Like I love girls. Like I do love girls, and I love like their sensitivity and all that stuff like that. But that's why I identify more as like a gay man, because I like guys, but I also identify as a guy.
Okay, I think there's an issue with this. I mean, that's okay that you identify with most guys. But for example, in me, I also think that I identify with most guys because I like their sense of humor and I like to play games and all of that stuff. So I actually have more guy friends than girl friends. And I know lots of people that also feel the same way as I do. Sometimes girls are a little bit boring or too into other people's stuff, if you know what I'm saying, like too noisy. So I'm like, I mean, I don't care. What I'm trying to say is that you have more guy friends than girlfriends does not mean you're trans.
That makes sense. The thing that kind of like stops it is I do love, which a lot of gay men do too, I do love like glam and voluptuousness. So in my head, I feel like I'm a transgender female to male. I mean,
hello, me, I'm a living creature that sometimes do glam and get stressed up, as you can see in my YouTube channel, and I'm like, you know what, it, I'm just going to wash my face, not even do my hair, and I'm like in baggy clothes, but here right now I'm all dressed up. I mean,
I identify as a boy more so, and from an early age. I don't like to be center of attention except when I want to be center of attention. So like, okay, think of like a drag queen, right? They do like their full glam and everything, but in their day-to-day, they're not. They're very like low-key, whatever.
Like girls are also like that. And also, not all gay men or not all trans men do makeup and that stuff. So I think that this is wrong, that she is saying that gay men and trans men do like to put all this makeup on and like do a show, and that's not really the case. Well, in some cases, obviously, not all of them, but right now she is implying that all of them do. So that's a problem.
And so I've always just kind of related to guys on that level, and I've always just been attracted to guys, but not straight guys. I've always been attracted to gay guys.
Okay, I don't think this is really true. Because I think she was with Jason Nash. Comment down below if I'm wrong. But I think he's straight. So that you're not attracted to straight guys is a lie. Also, I am also attracted to gay men. Like, they are cute. But like, they are gay, so I know I'm not going to have a chance. But it's human nature to like, if, for example, me, I'm attracted to men. And being gay is just their sexual orientation. So, I mean, I can be attracted to them, but they are not going to be attracted to me. So I don't have anything to do with them. But for her to be also attracted to gay men does not mean that she is a trans gay man.
I've always had...
It's very weird. Like, I hate, like, over masculine energy.
Yeah. Where I just...
So, like, as a girl, and that kind of brings it full...
This sounds so crazy to say out loud, but, like, I've just always thought my life would be easier if I had that part. That if I asserted myself, I wouldn't be but I would be like a man.
What do you mean? Obviously, I'm not a man, so I don't know what it's like to have a... But, I mean, the only thing that I can think of being easier for men to do is pee. Because, I mean, yeah, society objectifies women in a lot of ways. Such as if you have been in lots of relationships, you're a as she says here. But if you don't really care about that, like, this is what I also don't get. This is not because of the video, this is in general. Why can't men have lots of women, have lots of kisses? Have lots of hookup, but then if a woman has, then she's a make it make sense, sis.
I don't know if I would say I'm confused. I would say I'm all of it.
How can you be all of them? What I mean here is that you cannot be all of them because you are either gay or trans or something like that, but it doesn't really make sense that she is all of them. Because that's why there's lots of words to describe, like bisexual or gay or lesbian or trans, non-binary, asexual, etc.
And that's why I don't like labels in general. I don't like that you have to be one or the other and you have to like something more than the other. I've always felt that way.
Okay, what I think she's trying to say here is that I think she's being forced to explain her sexuality and her gender identity. You don't have to be clear about anything of that nature. If you want, of course you can say, but I think that because of your personality, your attitude, how you dress, how you look, how you do your hair, if you do your makeup, all of that is is also a form of communication. So when people see that, maybe some of them are going to question something, but you don't really have to like do a video about that. But like, I think she's saying that she's being forced and that she doesn't really like to use labels, which I get.
Even with transgendered people, like I've always been fascinated because there are some who transition fully, and then there are some that only transition partially, and then there are some that don't necessarily transition at all but just choose to identify as a different gender.
Trans people are trans even if they go on T or A, or if they don't transition at all, they're still trans.
And I think I'm more of I just choose to identify as a boy. And I don't, and I know this is where it's gonna get a little scandalous, I don't love pronouns like they and them because that's super confusing, I think. Personal opinion, and that might be unpopular opinion because I know Sam Smith recently is like, I'm a they or something. That sounds like plural people.
I used to think that also, but then I obviously changed my mind because I started to think but I have a video that very shortly explains about that, so I'm going to put it right here.
And while people think I'm schizophrenic and have multiple personalities, like I choose not to identify as multiple personalities. So,
and then she comes up with this video, but that's going to be next.
The problem with identifying as a gay man when you have female body parts is that you're not going to be able to fully satisfy yourself by being with a gay man. No, nor am I going to be able to satisfy a partner, like a gay man partner.
I think that I don't even know how to explain this. Of course, there's some people that are attracted to the parts, but for example, they're trans men. I know that they're going to give me masculine energy and man energy, so why aren't I going to be attracted to them? Am I making sense?
I've been with a full transition and I've been with a partial transition, male to female, and like it all works the same, feels the same.
See, that's what I'm saying. She gives you a female vibe. So why wouldn't you give a male vibe? Obviously with a different feel, as she's saying.
Do I fully identify as male? I don't know. Well, now this past week, I had the societal boy haircut, which is like short. And I've never felt more freer and liberated in my life. I wasn't getting looks from gross straight men.
Obviously, you're not going to get looks of straight men if you look like a male because they are attracted to girls.
And I don't want people to like be offended. I don't want trans to be offended or gay or straight or whatever.
They did get offended.
So do I think I'm transgender? Yes, 1000%. Do I identify with my natural born gender? 1000%.
Am I vegan? 1000%. Do I eat meat every day? 1000%. I'm going to end this right here, and now we're going to move on onto the Meet My Out. Actually, about her DID disorder that she self-diagnosed, she did 2 videos, but I'm going to be commenting on the first one, which is Meet My Outers, dissociative identity disorder. And some background, dissociative identity disorder is the new name given to multiple identities disorder. So it's the same thing, just to be clear. I also have done my research about this topic. I have seen lots of video of different people with DID, such as Dissociative DID or her ex-girlfriend, that I'm going to put her right here because right now I don't remember her name, but I also have watched lots of their videos. I have also watched multiple interviews, especially Anthony Padilla's with the DID people, and I think that I have a clear image of what DID is.
Hey guys, what is up? So today I am doing
First of all, I want to comment on her makeup.
My alters video. If you guys don't know what an alter is, it's people that have multiple personalities, dissociative identity disorder.
Wrong. We are not even a minute. We're not even half a minute into the video and she's already wrong. If you self-diagnose, or if you are diagnosed in general of DID, or if you aren't like me that I'm just doing my research, you will know that alters are the different personalities, the different people inside the person. Alters are not the people or the system. Alters are like the personalities or the people that shape that system, if I'm making myself clear.
In actuality, I've talked about it plenty of times. I've talked about it on a TV show, even Reels TV, where I was doing it was like a documentary thing on Marilyn Monroe, and I went to like the place where she had her first photo shoot at Zuma Beach, and I was talking about DID there.
That you talk about DID does not mean that you have DID. It's good, it's fine that you talk about DID because it's very important that people get educated about that topic. But I'm very worried about what you have informed other people about this disorder, because the terminology that you use in the video, that she uses in the video, is not really that correct. Well, not the terminology. The terminology, most of the parts is correct, but the definition of those words are not correct. So I'm just a little bit worried, and that may also harm people with DID.
In my real life, so many people ask, do you have a disorder? Are you diagnosed with something? Are you bipolar? Are you schizo? And I'm like, honestly, I've never been diagnosed with anything. The closest thing that I have self-diagnosed myself, I guess, is multiple personality disorder.
See, this is where she says that she's self-diagnosed. I'm not making this up.
Or dissociative identity disorder, or both, because there's some differences, there's some similarities, and some people just think they're like all the same or all completely different. For me, I consider them quite similar, but I think my disassociating comes differently than in the form of my alters. So I feel like the alters are my multiple personality, and I feel my dissociativeness is...
This doesn't even make sense. Like, the alters are the personality, and DID and multiple personality disorder is the same thing. There are no differences, because they're the same thing.
I guess under Trixie, which I do I guess that's disassociating because like another alter is coming to the front.
No, you're just thinking. You're just thinking what to make up. That's not dissociating. So yeah, that was stupid.
My own shell, Trish. Unfortunately for me, Trish.
It's so funny to me how she changes her pitch. Also, note that all of her alters start with T. Well, not all of them, but most of them, majority of them, start with T. Then it's T, Trixie, Trisha, there's more, like, she's going to mention them, but, like, most of them are T, so...
I never really formed my own personality. I always thought I kind of was like taking other people's personalities or borrowing or becoming like my friends or becoming like my boyfriends or becoming around the person I'm around, which I still do to a certain degree. And I feel like Trish, if anything, disassociates the most without disassociating, if that makes sense.
Disassociating is the process of changing from an alter to another. Is Trish changing from an alter to another alter that is similar to the person you're talking to? Or am I just not understanding? Changing to fit a sort of society, it's what a human does, so they can fit in. So, for example, when I watch multiple videos of Noah Fins, I start to like change my accent a little bit to British accent, but it's because for example, when we are a baby, we learn what is around us and what is being taught to us. So we never stop learning. Like every day, we learn at least one thing through all of our life. But that you change to fit in a society does not mean that you have the ID. Also, note that she sometimes talks about her alters that is on the front in first person, but sometimes she talks about them in third person, but they are in the front, if you know what I mean. Like, it does not make sense. It says, I am like, hi, yeah, so Cristina painted her hair pink, and then I did my makeup like this, and Cristina put this choker around her neck, and then I put on this shirt and this skirt. It does not make sense. You're talking about the same person. Why would you talk about yourself in third person and then talk about you in first person and then change around?
It's so funny because like I talk about them, but I'm talking about them as me, and it's like, I don't know, I guess they don't come to the forefront as who they are, but I think of T in my head and I'm like, oh, this is T right now, this isn't me.
What do you mean it's T right now, it isn't me? So it's not T. Supposedly right now is T, but he is talking in third person about himself and the other people and like the host of the system.
Trixie has been my twin since, Trisha's twin since 7 years old, maybe even before. My earliest recollections is 7, and I would tell people about Trixie, and people did not believe me. I came back to my mom, and my mom was like, she doesn't have a twin. Like, I don't know what this is.
I think that may have been your imaginary friend, or maybe you were playing. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
To me, I don't consider it a disorder, but the same beings inside of them, and they're able to more come to the light. And I don't know if mine come to the light necessarily in voices or mannerisms. Sometimes, and it's like I said, it's like I can't just sit down now and be like, all right guys, come to the center, you know. I think that is just more evident by just looking.
It's very funny how we can only see her different alters on this video. She does not talk about that on other videos, on older videos, on newer videos. She has not talked about this. Also, her female to male trans, that she identifies as a male, that she's trans, she has also not talked about that. And I think she's using the ID as an excuse of what she does. For example, tyranny, that is how she described it. I'm not going to describe it. She is putting all the blame of what she does in that sense to her. So like it isn't her, but it's another person. But I actually cannot watch more of this here, and I have been filming for an hour now. So I'm going to stop the video right here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click the like and subscribe button and comment down below something. Also, all my social medias are going to be down in the description below. If you want, if you text me, I'll text you back because I'm the kind of... Yeah, see you in my next video. Peace. Bye.